friends, it has been a running around kind of Tuesday for me, so I'm excited to take a fun break with you. This is an especially inventive, wonderful, imaginative reading break today. We are going to look at a volume from J.R.R. Tolkien called Letters from Father Christmas. So around 1920, the Tolkien children started to receive epistles from the North Pole, complete with postmarks and stamps. And Father Christmas would tell them all kinds of stories about his life in the North Pole. They learned about North Polar Bear, who was Father Christmas's assistant and often got into trouble. And they would draw beautiful pictures of their life in the North Pole. And these letters continued to arrive every year until the kids were grown. And now we get to share them too. So the first one that we are going to read comes from 1926. But first, I want to show you the self-portrait that Father Christmas sent, along with a picture of his house. It's always nice to know where someone is coming from, right? Okay. So this is Father Christmas. I particularly like his pointy hat. And then there's his house. All right, so this letter is a perfect example of how the North Polar Bear would get himself into mischief. The really fun thing about these letters is that Father Christmas would write them himself, but then the North Polar Bear would come write his commentary and the edges. So you'll hear a little bit from both tonight. All right, this is 1926, coming from Cliff House, top of the world, near the North Pole, Monday, December 20th, 1926. This is the original letter, and you can see all of the red remarks that North Polar Bear adds in. My dear boys, I am more shaky than usual this year. The North Polar Bear's fault. It was the biggest bang in the world and the most monstrous firework there ever has been. It turned the North Pole black and shook all the stars out of place, broke the moon into four, and the man in it fell into my back garden. He ate quite a lot of my Christmas chocolates before he said he felt better and climbed back to mend it and get the stars tidy. Then I found out that the reindeer had broken loose. They were running all over the country, breaking reins and ropes and tossing presents up in the air. They were all packed up to start, you see. Yes, it only happened this morning. It was a sleigh load of chocolate things, which I always send to England early. I hope yours are not badly damaged. But isn't the North Pole Bear silly? And he isn't a bit sorry. Of course he did it. You remember I had to move last year because of him? The tap for turning on the Aurora Borealis fireworks is still in the cellar of my old house. The North Polar Bear knew he must never touch it. I only let it off on special days like Christmas. He says he thought it was cut off since we moved. Anyway, he was nosing around the ruins this morning soon after breakfast. He hides things to eat there, and turned on all the northern lights for 2 years in one go. You have never heard or seen anything like it. I have tried to draw a picture of it, but I am too shaky to do it properly, and you can't paint fizzing light, can you? I think the polar bear has spoiled the picture rather. Of course, he can't draw with those great fat paws. Rude. I can, and write without shaking, says the polar bear. He ruined it by going and putting a bit of his own in the middle about me chasing the reindeer and him laughing. He did laugh too. So did I when I saw him trying to draw a reindeer and inking his nice white paws. And now we hear from the North Polar Bear again. Father Christmas had to hurry away and leave me to finish. He is old and gets worried when funny things happen. You would have laughed too. I think it is good of me laughing. It was a lovely firework. The reindeer will run quick to England this year. They are still frightened. I must go and help pack. I don't know what Father Christmas would do without me. He always forgets what a lot of packing I do for him. The snowman is addressing our envelopes this year. He is Father Christmas's gardener. But we don't get much but snowdrops and frost ferns to grow here. He always writes in white, just with his finger. A Merry Christmas to you from North Polar Bear. And love from Father Christmas to you all. Okay, so now I have to show you these pictures. We have one from the North Polar Bear here. This one is the envelope addressed by the snowman. And this is a picture of the great firework explosion. Aren't the colors magnificent? Okay, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here because you have to see the additions made by the North Polar Bear. So you see him there laughing at Father Christmas as the reindeer run away. I love the imagination and the stories that Father Christmas, aka Tolkien, told his kids year after year, and I'm grateful that we get to share in it now. So to sign off for today, I will leave you with the signatures of Father Christmas and the North Polar Bear. With love to you all.